In the vibrant era of 16-bit gaming, when consoles like the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo were battling for supremacy, certain games managed to carve out a legacy that still resonates with gamers today. One such gem is Beyond Oasis, a title that often flies under the radar yet holds a special place in the hearts of those who played it. Released in 1995 for the Sega Genesis, Beyond Oasis, also known as The Story of Thor outside North America, was an action-adventure game that brought a fresh breath of innovation to the genre. Developed by Ancient, a company founded by Yuzo Koshiro, the legendary composer behind iconic soundtracks such as Streets of Rage. The game stood out not just for its gripping gameplay, but also for its rich musical score and stunning visuals. Before we move on, please hit that subscribe button and stay up to date on more deep dives into retro gaming. At the heart of Beyond Oasis lies a captivating tale that draws players into a rich, fantastical world brimming with mystery, magic, and danger. The story begins with Prince Ali, the protagonist, stumbling upon a mysterious golden armlet while exploring an ancient cave. This armlet isn't just any piece of jewelry. It's a powerful artifact that once belonged to a mighty wizard created to combat the forces of evil. However, this discovery is more than just a stroke of luck. It's the beginning of an epic quest that will determine the fate of the entire kingdom. The plot thickens as Ali learns about the existence of a second armlet, a silver one, which harbors dark, malevolent powers. This armlet is in the possession of an ancient sorcerer named Agito, who seeks to plunge the world into chaos and darkness. As the chosen bearer of the Golden Armlet, Ali is the only one who can stop Agito and restore peace to the land. What sets the story of Beyond Oasis apart from many other action-adventure games of its time is its focus on the bond between Ali and the elemental spirits. Throughout his journey, Ali can summon 4 different spirits: Ditto, the water spirit; Ifrit, the fire spirit; Bao, the plant spirit; and Shade, the shadow spirit. Each spirit is tied to specific elements within the world, and they not only assist Ali in combat, but also help him solve various puzzles and overcome environmental obstacles. This dynamic adds a layer of strategy to the game, as players must decide which spirit to summon based on the challenges they face, creating a deeper connection between the gameplay and the narrative. In a time when many games focused on either gameplay or story, Beyond Oasis successfully marries the two, creating an experience where the narrative drives the action and the action, in turn, enriches the narrative. It's the seamless integration of story and gameplay that has helped Beyond Oasis endure as a beloved title in the hearts of retro gamers, standing as a testament to the power of well-crafted storytelling in video games. When it comes to gameplay, Beyond Oasis is a masterclass in blending fast-paced action with thoughtful exploration and puzzle solving. The game's core mechanics are built around the dynamic combat system, which feels fluid and responsive, making every encounter a thrilling experience. Players control Prince Ali, who is adept with a variety of weapons, including swords, daggers, and bows. Each weapon type has its own unique set of moves and combos, giving players the freedom to tailor their combat style to their liking. What really sets the combat apart, though, is the addition of special moves that Ali can perform by inputting specific button combinations, much like a fighting game. These moves add depth to the combat, rewarding players who take the time to master them with powerful attacks that can turn the tide of battle. But combat is just one aspect of what makes Beyond Oasis so engaging. The game's world is a sprawling, interconnected landscape filled with secrets, hidden paths, and environmental puzzles that challenge the player's wits as much as their reflexes. Exploration is encouraged, with the game offering numerous rewards for those who stray from the beaten path, such as hidden items, secret runes, and powerful upgrades. A key element of Beyond Oasis's gameplay is the summoning system, which ties directly into the story and adds a strategic layer to both combat and exploration. The spirits are not just there for show. They play a crucial role in both combat and puzzle solving. For example, Ditto can heal Ali and douse flames, while Ifrit can unleash devastating fire attacks and burn away obstacles. Bo can make plants grow to create new paths, and Shade can manipulate shadows to reach otherwise inaccessible areas or protect Ali from harm. The spirits are summoned by interacting with specific environmental elements such as fire for Ifrit or water for Ditto, adding an extra layer of strategy as players must consider when and where to summon each spirit. The balance between combat, exploration, and puzzle solving is one of Beyond Oasis's greatest strengths. The game never feels repetitive, as it constantly introduces new elements and challenges to keep the player engaged. The variety in gameplay ensures that players are always thinking about their next move, whether it's how to approach a group of enemies, how to solve a puzzle blocking their path, or how to utilize the spirits in creative ways. Overall, the gameplay of Beyond Oasis is a perfect blend of action, exploration, and puzzle solving, all wrapped up in a beautifully crafted world that invites players to explore every nook and cranny. It's this combination of elements that makes Beyond Oasis a standout title not just on the Sega Genesis, but in the broader history of action-adventure games. The game's mechanics are as solid today as they were in 1995, making it a timeless classic that continues to capture the imaginations of those who play it. When discussing Beyond Oasis, it's impossible to overlook the impact of its music and sound design, which play a significant role in creating the game's immersive atmosphere. The soundtrack of Beyond Oasis was composed by none other than Yuzo Koshiro, a name synonymous with some of the most iconic video game music of the era. Known for his work on the Streets of Rage series, ActRaiser, and The Revenge of Shinobi, Koshiro brought his distinctive style to Beyond Oasis, crafting a soundtrack that not only complements the game's action, but also enhances the rich, fantasy-filled world in which it takes place. The music in Beyond Oasis is a seamless blend of orchestral compositions and traditional Middle Eastern-inspired melodies, which perfectly match the game's setting and themes. The main overworld theme, for example, is a sweeping, adventurous tune that instantly transports players into the shoes of Prince Ali as he embarks on his epic quest. It's a track filled with energy and optimism, setting the tone for the grand adventure that lies ahead. Koshiro's use of a variety of instruments, including strings, flutes, and percussion, gives the music a dynamic and layered feel, making each piece memorable in its own right. As players progress through the game and explore different environments, the music shifts to reflect the changing atmosphere. In darker, more mysterious areas, the soundtrack takes on a more ominous tone, using lower registers and slower tempos to create a sense of tension and unease. The ambient sounds in the game also contribute to the sense of place and atmosphere. Whether it's the gentle rustling of leaves in the forest, the echoing footsteps in a cavern, or the distant calls of wildlife, these subtle audio cues help bring the game's environments to life. They serve as a constant reminder of the world's depth, making it feel like a living, breathing place, rather than just a series of levels to conquer. Koshiro's work on Beyond Oasis demonstrates his ability to create a soundtrack that is not only musically rich, but also deeply integrated into the gameplay experience. The music and sound design work in harmony to elevate the game's narrative and gameplay, making every moment feel more impactful. For players who grew up with the game, the soundtrack is likely to evoke strong feelings of nostalgia, bringing back memories of epic battles, grand adventures, and the thrill of discovery. Even today, the music of Beyond Oasis stands out as a shining example of how a great soundtrack can enhance a video game, turning it from a simple interactive experience into something truly unforgettable. As time has passed, Beyond Oasis has cemented its place as a cult classic among retro gaming enthusiasts, a title that remains celebrated not just for its gameplay and story, but for its lasting impact on the action-adventure genre. When Beyond Oasis was released in 1995, it entered a crowded market of action-adventure games, competing against heavyweights like The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and Secret of Mana. Despite not achieving the same level of mainstream success, Beyond Oasis stood out for its unique blend of fast-paced combat, intricate puzzles, and an immersive world, qualities that have only become more appreciated with time. One of the key aspects of Beyond Oasis's legacy is how it pushed the boundaries of what was possible on the Sega Genesis. The game's fluid animations, detailed sprites, and dynamic soundtrack were a showcase of the system's capabilities, demonstrating that the Genesis could hold its own against the competition in terms of technical performance. Though it didn't spark a long-running series like some of its contemporaries, Beyond Oasis did receive a sequel of sorts in the form of The Legend of Oasis. The sequel expanded on the original game's mechanics and story, further exploring the world of Oasis and its mythology. Both games together form a duology that remains highly regarded in retro gaming circles, with Beyond Oasis often hailed as the stronger of the two due to its pioneering role and tighter design. In the years since its release, Beyond Oasis has seen renewed interest thanks to emulation, re-releases, and its inclusion in various Sega collections. These efforts have introduced the game to a new generation of players who have come to appreciate its innovative design and captivating world. The game's availability on modern platforms, such as the Sega Genesis Mini and digital services like Steam, has helped to preserve its legacy, ensuring that it remains accessible to both nostalgic fans and curious newcomers. Critically, Beyond Oasis has been reassessed over the years, with many retro gaming aficionados recognizing it as one of the best action-adventure games of its time. Ultimately, Beyond Oasis's legacy is one of quiet resilience. It may not have been the most commercially successful title of its era, but its quality and craftsmanship have allowed it to endure as a beloved classic. It stands as a testament to the creativity and ambition of its developers, a game that dared to push the boundaries of what was possible on the Sega Genesis, and in doing so, left an indelible mark on the history of video games. Thank you for joining us. If you liked this deep dive into the retro world of Beyond Oasis, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep questing and keep gaming.